welcome to the Runnemede Joint Planning and Zoning Board meeting of June 24th of 2026. I'd like to ask everyone to please rise and pledge allegiance to the flag. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Public notice of this meeting pursuant to the Open Public Meeting Act has been given in the following manner. Posted on the bulletin board in the Borough Clerk's office and published on the Borough of Runnemede's website. Can we have roll call, please?
Ms. Freehammer?
Yes.
Mr. Alderwood?
Here.
Ms. Cushing
Is excused.
Mr. Buckheim?
Here.
Mr. Vanella?
Here.
Ms. Farmer?
Here.
Mr. Wozum?
Here.
Mayor is excused. Councilman is excused.
Ms. Burke?
Here.
Mr. Rowan?
Here.
Mr. Pop?
Here.
Thank you. Let the swearing in professionals, please.
Yes, Steve, would you raise your right hand? You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give this board is truthful and accurate?
Yes.
According to the standards of your profession.
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Madam Chairman, just procedurally, did you want to seat Sharon
Yes.
for Deborah so
Yes.
that we have
A full quorum. Absolutely.
7 votes?
Yep.
Yeah, you can sit wherever you want.
You can sit on Dennis's lap.
That's inappropriate.
That's not appropriate. But there's not a chair over there. All right, the first order of business would be a request for the approval of the minutes of the May 27th of 2026 meeting. Are there any questions or corrections for the minutes? Okay, entertain a motion to approve, please.
Make a motion.
Mr. Vanella?
I'll second it.
Okay. Mr. Chaz, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Plum. All right, under old business, resolution 26-16, Mr. Rowan.
Yes, Madam Chairman, this was regarding 560 Ida Court, Block 170, Lot 9. The application was for a minor subdivision with a bulk variance, which was taking a portion of an adjacent lot to essentially eliminate an encumbrance,
Yes.
which was created by, as I recall, the installation of a swimming pool. A shed, I'm sorry. And a pool. There were conditions, one of which was that the applicant is required to apply for any and all construction permits that would have been required when the shed and or pool were constructed, and an inspection to close out those permits.
Okay.
So I believe that would be a condition of
And we're going to memorialize that today before that's...
yes, and that's contained in our resolution.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion
I
to...
have a question on this.
Yes, sir.
Has he applied for his permits for zoning and construction?
I think we would have to ask that question of our construction office. We don't have that information.
I mean, has anyone communicated with the construction office?
Again, we wouldn't know unless you know.
I do, after the meetings, I'll forward any resolutions that we do, and I forward them to construction, zoning, whoever's going to need them. So
Maybe-
once they're signed and they're official, I'll forward them.
And maybe you just ask that question for the vice chairman, has any activity happened there?
I mean, can he memorialize it if he has to make a requirement?
Yes, you can. So that is, you have to memorialize it for the condition to exist. So that's, it would be appropriate to memorialize the resolution, which is really just a record of what was already decided.
Because I know we had spoken about possible fines if he didn't do this.
And
also.
that's a different avenue from us.
Yes.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to approve resolution 26-16.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Mr. Vanella.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Wozniak. Can we have roll call, please?
Ms. Freehammer?
Yes.
Mr. Alderwood?
Abstain.
Mr. Buckheim?
Yes.
Mr. Vanella?
Yes.
Ms. Farmer? Yes. Mr. Wozum?
Yes.
Ms. Burke?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. The next matter of business is resolution 26-17.
Yes, Madam Chairman, this is regarding premises located at 1603 Davis Road, Block 148.01, Lot 15. This was a bulk variance for lot coverage to permit the installation of an in-ground pool at the site. The approval was for a lot coverage of 35.5%, where our ordinance is only provides for 35% minimum. So it was de minimis, but it's still required that a bulk variance was granted.
Okay, I'll entertain the motion to approve the resolution as read.
Make that motion.
Mr. Ockley, second by Mr. Vanella. We have roll call, please.
Ms. Kleehammer?
Yes.
Mr. Alderwood?
Yes.
Mr. Buckheim?
Yes.
Mr. Vanella?
Yes.
Ms. Farmer?
Yes.
Mr. Wozo?
Yes.
Ms. Burke?
Yes.
And finally, we have resolution 26-18. Mr. Rowan.
Yes, this was regarding premises located at 1201 North Black Horse Pike, consisting of several lots and several block and lot numbers. There's an application pending for preliminary and final site plan approval with use variance, but based on our engineer's report dated May 22nd, 2026, he deemed that a lot of information still has to be provided, and it was recommended that this application be deemed incomplete. As Steve had indicated, that tolls the statute of any automatic approval that an applicant may argue for. So we're memorializing that this evening, that the application at this point is incomplete. Steve, I don't know if they...
No
put anything
additional
else
submission
in.
information. No action has been taken by the applicant to date.
Okay, thank you, Coach. I'll entertain a motion to approve resolution 26-18, please.
Motion.
Mr. Rosenthal, Mr. Vanella, we have roll call, please.
Ms. Kleehammer?
Yes.
Mr. Alderwood?
Yes.
Mr. Buckheim?
Yes.
Mr. Vanella?
Yes.
Ms. Farmer?
Yes.
Mr. Wozo?
Yes.
Ms. Burke?
Yes.
All right, thank you all. All right, on our new business, we have application 2604. Here, Mr. Rowan.
Yes, Mr. Wiley, come on up.
Good evening.
Good evening. Very good.
Am I supposed to talk into
Yeah,
this?
Ben, I'll tell you what, I'm going to swear you in, or I'm not going to presume this is your wife, but is this somebody that's going to be giving testimony? It is your wife? So now I know that it's a fact. Will she be giving testimony tonight?
Okay.
Let me swear you both in, just in case she doesn't.
We'll both be honest.
Yep. If you'd kindly raise your right hands, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give this board this evening is truthful and accurate, best of your knowledge?
Yes.
May I have your name? I'm sorry.
Adriana.
And Madam Chairman of the
Yes.
Board, this is an application for a use variance to permit an existing accessory building to be, I think, reconformed to be a living area with beds and added bathroom facilities and washer and dryer. And the application was pretty succinct in what they wanted to do there. Since it is, as part of Steve's letter, since it's not a direct permitted use, that's why these folks had to come in today for a use variance. As we proceed along in the hearing, I tell the board, as I do with all use variances, that if you do approve it, you have the right to assert conditions to any approval.
Thank you. So why don't you tell us exactly what you're here and what you're asking for?
Yes, so we've been in Runnemede for 12 years. We rented first couple two at 310 Sunnybrook, where we are, and then we purchased 1.5 years ago. We had 2 children at the time, and then adopted our 3rd child and thought our family was complete. It was not. So we had a surprise 4th child, and then we went into the conversation of how do we get creative space-wise, and thinking about moving, thinking about staying, and we have this building, this garage that's like 10 feet from our house we have used, like we could put it in wood floors and all those things. There was an existing bathroom in there when we moved in, and so we used it for ping pong and those kind of things, or as a the teenagers get older, just hanging out, space, etc. But as our family grew and we trying to decide what to do moving forward, we approached, got several different people, annoyed, probably way too many people. Thank you, Beth, for bringing up with me. But just to see if this facility would be able to be used as a potential bedroom. So, and then also we thought putting in our washer and dryer into that space as well.
So the bedroom would be for our two sons, who are 13 and 16.
And no other additional improvements are going to be made to the site. So you're really just going to fit out the interior of the building. It already has plumbing to it, you indicated.
It has plumbing to it. It has, yeah, we just hooked up to the city sewer, which included from this building as well as our main building. It has adequate electric. Actually, just permitted to get additional electric out there, just or with an electric dryer, obviously, the 220 out there.
So your property is, and you submitted the site survey, thank you very much, but it's a very good sized property. So it appears to be 236 foot parallelogram, for lack of a better term, but 236 feet wide generally and about 200 and somewhat feet deep. So it's a pretty large property that this is occurring. And the subject garage or pole barn, almost interchangeable terms, but I would consider this more of a garage.
Okay.
Because pole barns usually don't have floors. This is kind of built as a garage. But it's not immediately adjacent to any of your property lines or any of your neighbors. It appears that it's over 30 feet away at the closest point.
And
to
it's
your
been
property.
permitted through Runnemede when they did it. So I think Runnemede's 30 by 24 is the biggest building ever is. That's what they
So you got your approvals for the building way back in the day, but that was.
It wasn't from us, but yes. But
Right, but that was for the setbacks.
More looked at all
The
that.
setbacks were for accessory building setbacks.
Yes.
But generally, you're not adding, you're just gonna be, you're looking to convert the existing space into permanent living space.
The only difference, or like change we might make that we're thinking about is basically making the half bath be a full bath with a shower.
Understood. They would be making whatever interior improvements through the building.
No bigger footprint, no, there was already a concrete walkway to there, so no non-porous additional.
Yep.
So when you had your electrical and all of your plumbing put in, was all of the proper permits obtained?
Yeah, so for the electrical, yes. For the plumbing, we didn't do anything, so that was before us. But when we got the connected originally the septic and then the sewer, that drain was all permitted. The water line out to the building, I don't know.
The plumbing in this annex building was pre-existing.
Yeah.
Electrical was not pre-existing, and you had that done. with
Electrical was pre-existing, we just added to it. The electrical actually ran underground, and then we put it above ground, and then we added more electrical to it.
And you obtained permits from Runnemede?
Yeah.
The inspectors came out and...
The inspector's actually coming tomorrow at 10 o'clock for the additional electrical. But the stuff you have on there was already done and permitted. We just recently, with thinking about putting a dryer out there, added to it. So we had a company come out and do it, and the inspector's coming tomorrow.
Madam Chair, I will note on page 2 of their exhibits, there is on the main disconnect at least a inspection sticker, so there's been some activity out there.
That's it, yep.
But you would agree as a condition of any approval that any permits required by our construction office would be obtained for any work that's out there already or any work that you're proposing?
Well, I'm taking it tomorrow to just verify what we've done.
And that's outside of the jurisdiction of this board, but you would be required to make sure that this is fully permitted.
I just understand you can't do things first and ask for permits later. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, well, no, there is one thing I did with that, because I built like a half wall or a three-quarter wall. But the electrical was done, received the permit before it was done,
Okay.
and now the inspectors come to make sure that they follow.
Okay.
So how long ago did you buy it?
10.5 years, I think it was.
Okay, so when you bought it, what was the condition of the garage? Inside?
Concrete.
Concrete floor?
Concrete
Okay.
floor, it was insulated both in ceiling and walls. We put
You're
up-
saying the electric was there already, something?
Oh, the electric was there already.
Okay.
And it was run underground.
Okay, that's all it was. And the toilet?
And the toilet was as well, yeah. The electric was run underground, but I hit a post hole bigger on the electric, and so then we got a permit and ran it above.
And you're gonna have two of your children live out there?
2 teenage sons, yeah, our goal is, we think that they're gonna be around for college, and so our hope is that this will be a place for them, that they can help them out and help run the boat.
What about heat?
He is, we put in a mini split with a designated line, again permitted, and it has enough BTUs to handle the garage. It handles the air conditioning really well. It's a Senville.
So it's heat and air?
Yes, it's a heat pump as well as air conditioning. And everything is insulated and drywall as well.
So for the board, the only thing I wanted to add very specifically, and we talked about this, so this is a use variance to permit a use that is not permitted in our zone. We provided criteria of whether this deviation can be granted without substantial detriment to the public good, and that the variance does not substantially impair the intent and purpose of our ordinance or our zoning plan. The one recommendation that we had is that if this is approved by the board, that the applicant will be required to file a deed restriction, which will run with the property in perpetuity, that the proposed accessory, I'm not even going to call it accessory, the proposed additional living space be restricted for the occupancy of the unit. How did I write this? The deed restriction shall limit the occupancy of the unit to the family that occupies the property's principal structure, and that it should not be used as rental, very specifically that. So whoever lives in this single-family dwelling, the primary structure, their family can occupy this living space, but it cannot be rented out, and it cannot be rented out, and it cannot be occupied by non-family members. And the term family is already defined well within the state of New Jersey, so I don't think we have to define it any further than that.
And what happens if they move?
It runs with the property, so that's why a use variance requires 5 out of the 7 affirmative votes and requires a standard of proof. So that's why I brought up that this is an oversized property, that the garage is generally to the interior of the property, it's adjacent to the primary structure. The good possibility, even though I don't want to put this, it's just my observation, if this was attached by an enclosed breezeway, then they would not be here for this use variance. But it's not. So that's what the difference is here. So they are asking for this space to be primary living function, but I would suggest that you do approve it with a deed restriction that has to be filed by the applicant, reviewed by the board solicitor and myself, and then filed with the county clerk's office. So we'll run with the property forever.
Do you understand that? Like we
I did, I understood everything.
We had an opportunity to talk about it, so.
I understood 5 out of 7, so.
Yeah.
But we did have an opportunity to discuss
Yes,
it.
yes. We
If
would
I
need
could
help
ask a
walking
question,
through that.
do you propose to put a kitchen in this?
We don't. I mean, that's not our desire to do that. We would do it if we had to.
Because if you
but-
did put a kitchen, now it's a dwelling under our ordinance. You can't can't have two dwellings on the same lot. So would the board
One
may want to
condition.
make that a
On what
condition?
conditions, yep.
If you ever wanted to in the future, you'd have to come back and make an application.
To be
But
honest, we
our-
don't want two college boys cooking outside of what we're watching, so.
I have a question for the attorney. What about a microwave? If they decided, could they have a microwave? Would that then still be considered a kitchen?
I don't,
That is not.
yeah, I wouldn't think that would.
That is not a kitchen, actually.
College kids like to make popcorn and heat up pizza.
But
She
there's,
doesn't allow a microwave in our main dwelling, so.
right, a
Yeah,
kitchen,
we're gonna help.
and we asked the solicitor, a kitchen very specifically has cooking, a
Yes,
cooking
stove,
appliance.
yeah.
So as long as the cooking appliance is not there, they can have refrigerator, they can even have a little sink, they can have a microwave, but they can't have the cooking appliance.
And we do have a refrigerator out there now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, but I think the cooking appliance is the key to a functioning kitchen.
But is the air fryer considered?
That would be a cooking
Yeah,
appliance.
that'd be a cooking appliance, no air fryers.
All right.
Yeah, but you can bake with it.
No big daddy, small daddy, no.
You're helping us. Mom, can I just, nope,
No.
the board said no, sorry.
Yeah.
So we've gone through Mr. Bach's review letter. Are there any questions for the professionals or for the applicants from the board? At this moment in time, we're going to ask that any member from the public wishing to speak on this matter and this matter only, please come to the front, state your name and address, and be heard.
Seeing no one in the public wishes to speak on this matter, I make a motion to close the public portion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Ockley, seconded by Mr. Vanella. All in favor?
Hi.
All right, Mr. Rowan?
Okay, this is an application by the Wallies for premises located at 310 Sunnybrook Road, Block 152, Lot 7, which lies in our R2 residential zone, residential zone. The application was for permission or a variance to permit the reconstruction of an existing garage, which has already been modified and has had improvements already done at the structure in order to permit a living area, which would consist, according to their plans, 2 beds, a little living area, a washer and a dryer, and a full bathroom. The applicant has been advised, and I believe any approval would be conditioned on the following conditions: that there would be no cooking appliances permitted in the unit, that there would be no rental of this unit. If you wanted to rent your house out someday, I mean, that's up to you, but this, you couldn't rent it to a third party. There will be a deed restriction has to be filed with the county that the proposed additional living space is going to be limited to persons or family members that are living in the principal residence. I would suggest that you seek the assistance of an attorney to prepare that deed restriction, because they can be tricky. Okay, that should be approached.
Yep, and Ms. Rowan, if you could say, for the cooking appliance, just if you could put that, a microwave shall not be considered a cooking appliance for the purpose of this application.
Okay, exception, microwave.
Technically, you can cook in it, but you have a microwave on the second.
We'll give them a coffee maker too, because they're going to be college students. They'll be up all night studying.
Not allowed to make coffee.
It's pretty good. I have a sauna and everything. The other condition would be that you got to make sure that any permits for any of the work previously done or any of the work that is intended to be done are obtained and properly closed down. I believe that's all the conditions. If the board is satisfied that they met their proofs and that the granting of this variance will not materially impact our zoning ordinance, just need a motion to approve.
Okay. All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve this application as read.
I make that motion.
Okay, we're gonna go with Mr. Buckheim and seconded by Mr. Ockley. May we have roll call, please?
Ms. Kleehammer?
Yes.
Mr. Ockley?
Yes.
Mr. Buckheim?
Yes.
Mr. Vanella?
Yes.
Ms. Farmer?
Yes.
Mr. Rosen?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Congratulations, I hope they get their masters.
Have them move before they get their pass.
Well, they're living in their house.
Yeah.
That's right.
And this would obviously, our next steps is that we go through you, Beth, or the next steps?
You're done with me.
What's that done?
You're finished with me. You
So,
go through construction.
Construction.
With the solicitor and the chair's permission, next month's meeting is, you probably heard early in the agenda, a resolution will be memorialized typically within 30 days. After that, there is a period of appeal after that, and I believe the appeal is 45 days after that. If you proceed with any of your building permits or any of your construction based on the board's vote this evening, you would be doing so at your own risk. However, you should take in mind the amount of public input or lack of objection that we heard this evening, but there could be an appeal by an interested party and neighbor in the future. So you can proceed at your own risk and secure your building permits, but just be advised that it is at your own risk. So,
As opposed to not getting.
as opposed to waiting till the resolution is
Okay.
memorialized at next month's meeting,
Yeah.
and then 45 days from the notice of the 45 days from the advertisement of that memorializing resolution, which is on our website, typically the day after the planning board, is when you would be fully insulated from any appeals on your approval. But,
Okay.
again, I just want to put that out there. You can proceed at your own risk if you.
Our next meeting is July 22nd for your education.
Okay.
And then there's 45 days after that.
And are we supposed to be here on July 22nd?
No.
We just memorialized 3 resolutions tonight for folks that were here last month.
Beginning of the meeting.
Yeah.
And the thing that you need to go through the Camden County.
I would contact an attorney, yeah, to help you with, don't try to do the.
Don't try to do this stuff.
Okay.
Don't try to do it.
And so that, I would contact them and they would.
They should draft it. If they need suggestions, they can either contact Steve or myself. We'll tell them what is going to be needed in the deed restriction. Typically, the attorney would send a copy to Steve and to my office to take a look at it for approval.
Okay. And so, was I supposed to remember all the?
You would get that in the resolution,
Okay.
which will be provided to you after next month.
So after next month, we get resolution, get the attorney vote.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't know the urgency of your situation. I didn't know if so if it was more of an urgent situation, then you could proceed at your own risk. If you have time, follow the procedure and wait for the resolution and the appeal process to complete.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good luck.
So
All right, good luck.
Good night.
You take care.
I didn't know if you wanted to get the kids out real quick. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night, folks.
Oh, my God.
At this point in time, we're going to open the meeting up to the public for good and welfare portion. Anyone from the public wishing to speak on any matter whatsoever, please come to the microphone, state your name and address, and be heard.
Seeing no public wishes to speak, motion to close the public.
Second.
All right. A motion by Mr. Ockley, seconded by Mr. Pernella. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
All right. Mr. Woodcock and Mr. Buckheim, and, yep, we're going to adjourn at 7:30. All in favor? All right. Meeting adjourned at 7:30.